any efforts toward gender reform. The time for superficial gestures and empty promises have passed. The National Action Network Phoenix Metro is outraged over the treatment of Andrea Trisham as well as the treatment of other Black and brown employees. We demand real accountability and meaningful action from the Sun's leadership to provide a safe environment for all employees and respect the dignity of all employees and provide again a safe environment for everyone, free from discrimination and retaliation. The voices of those affected must be heard and their grievances addressed with the seriousness they deserve. The Sun's organization can be a precedent for integrity and justice in professional sports. It's time to act. We urge all those who believe in equality and justice to stand with us in demanding accountability for the Sun's leadership. You will now hear from Attorney Cherie Wright.
It is time for the Phoenix Suns organization to hold their executives accountable. It is absolutely disgraceful the level of disparate treatment Andrea faced while working at the organization, and no accountability has taken place. My client, along with many other individuals, have talked and expressed their concerns about their treatment, how they feel, how they've been discriminated against based on their age, their race, their sex, their gender, or their disability. It is time to put the Suns organization and hold them responsible, hold them out for what they really are. I am firmly going to stand behind my client because of the information that I've received from witnesses, and I ask that the public become extremely outraged in terms of the actions of the Phoenix Suns organization. Specifically, the way that the Phoenix Suns organization chastised the character of my client, Andrea Trisham, is unacceptable. And I am going to fight with her until the end. And we are going to hold the Phoenix Suns organization accountable. This is time for us to take action. And I am very thankful for the people behind us, for the organizations that are supporting us. But it is now time to set an example in the state of Arizona. We are in 2024. History cannot repeat itself, and I refuse to let that happen. So as much as I would hold another organization accountable, it is my job and it's my duty to hold the Phoenix Suns organization accountable also. Thank you.
Now hear from Andrea.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrea Trisham. I'm here today because I am a validator of labor agreements. Always the teams that I was happy to cheer for despite my brother and father being avid Lakers fans. When I landed my role at Phoenix Suns and Mercury, I understood that I was there to help them change and complete the mandates that were handed down by the NBA. As I continued to do my job and get to know other people within the organization to establish relationships and understand where we needed to start, I heard nothing but grievances. I saw a lot of tears. I saw a lot of anger, frustration, and sadness that there seems to be no accountability from the Suns executives. I received a lot of questions from employees about why the executives were still there and when any type of repercussions or reprimand would happen to the senior level executives. As I continued to build trust within the organization, I started hearing detailed complaints of racism, misogyny, bullying, and overall gender and racial discrimination. I would like to take a moment to tell you exactly why I was fired. Stacey mentioned the Phoenix Suns took a moment to instead of talk about how, as an organization, the Phoenix Suns and Mercury do not condone racial bias and discrimination. They don't condone a hostile work environment. They took that opportunity to assassinate my character and say that I was fired because I was bad at my job. What really happened is on Monday, May was fighting amongst each other, cursing amongst each other, refusing to work with one another. And the rumors around the organization were starting to spread about what was going on in the HR team. While I was attempting to have that unity meeting, Jessica McNeese, HR generalist, started shouting at me. And then when she was done shouting at me, she accused me of behaving aggressively towards her. She said that I attacked everybody on the team and that I made everybody feel unsafe. Once this conversation completed, because I said this is not going anywhere, Jessica and I she apologized to me for the behavior and expressed her frustration of all the things that were going on in the HR team, and that she did not feel that Kim Corbett was going to do anything to resolve any of the issues. The next day, I was in Kim's office being accused of behaving aggressively, attacking everybody, and making everyone feel unsafe. Despite the fact that this is a professional basketball arena and there are cameras everywhere, I was never shown this incident. No one could tell me who I was yelling at. Nobody could tell me what I said, how I behaved aggressively, or who I attacked, or how I made them feel attacked. Once I started getting pushback about my treatment and why I was being treated this way, rather than Jessica McNeese, who was yelling and shouting at me along right here, that's behind us, I was told that I was being placed on a performance improvement plan, and once I completed my performance improvement plan, I was terminated. The last year has been a roller coaster of emotions. For the last year, the Phoenix Suns and Mercury have had an opportunity to drag my name through the mud, assassinate my character, and stand by the negative, toxic, racist, sexist, misogynistic behaviors that are still there. Despite the Robert Sarver having to sell the team, despite the old CEO being fired, nothing else happened. All of the other senior level executives still work in this building. They're still allowing the same behaviors that have always been there, and the mandates that the NBA handed down were ignored. I think the only mandate was that Sarver was suspended for a year, and there was the $10 million fine. The rest of the mandates were completely ignored, and once Matt Ishbia bought the team, all of the executives felt comfortable going as business as usual, along with all the other employees that need opportunities to do better. I'm taking this opportunity to fight for not just myself, but everybody else who has been treated this way, for all the young people out there who are afraid to fight for themselves and stand up for what's right. I'm going to be that person. For all of the employees within the organization that continue to fear for their jobs, are afraid to speak out, are going home depressed, and overall feeling this is an organization that does not value its employees the way they should, and the Valley deserves better than this. I asked the media today to hold the Phoenix Suns and Mercury accountable. Why, after their mandates were handed down, why were they not followed? Why, after Matt Ishbia bought the team, why did he not clean house and ensure that the organization is a positive one, the way that he goes around advertising that the organization is, because it should be that way. And to all of my former colleagues who are still working there, thank you for standing by my side and offering your support. I fight for you too, no matter if you're white, black, if you're disabled, if you're older, if you're young, it doesn't matter. You deserve better, and I'm gonna help fight for the organization to do better. Thank you for coming this afternoon.
Situations that my client has not mentioned. might not be offensive to the executives because it doesn't offend them, but it's offensive to individuals under protected classes. So I'm seeking damages to make my client whole. Her emotional well-being has been compromised. Her life has been compromised. Her reputation has been ruined. So my concern is my client, Andrea Trish. I want the sons to be held accountable. I want them to, I also want them to be held accountable for the individuals within the organization that feel threatened because they don't want to lose their job. So they have to stay home, meaning that they have to keep their ex home, to pay their loan, they have to take the health expenses of their home because they have to make $100 for the family. These are individuals that are calling our phones nonstop. These are individuals who ran to the Attorney General's office and the equal employment opportunity to file their own complaints. But what they don't know is that if you speak up and you are terminated, then there's retaliation, and the Sons organization cannot retaliate